And welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. My name is Chris Burris, owner of E-Webstyle.
I am Charles Lewis, your Internet Marketing Specialist.
Thank you guys for tuning in. This is podcast number 180.
Man,
It's synchronicity. It's only taken us 100 times to say the number together.
79 times.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get it right. Let's just start off with this. Please remember, we are your friendly, local, neighborhood top position snatchers, where our mantra is...
Don't be a douche.
If you can, make sure that you tweet right now. Big C will tell you what to do.
Big C, hashtag SEO podcast. This is number 180. Make sure you tag us in it at E-Webstyle. That way we can link up, follow you follow us. We can network and link you with each other.
Remember, there are many ways you can stalk us, haunt us, and maybe even fool us, depending on how you approach it. Facebook.com/E-Webstyle, Twitter.com/E-Webstyle, YouTube.com/E-Webstyle, and you could do us a very simple favor. All it takes is 3 steps, or even just 1 step. We'll go with 1 on the second thing. Go onto iTunes, create an account, write a review. We would really appreciate that. Only do that if you get a little bit of value out of this podcast, or if you have some constructive criticism. We really love that.
If you want to ask a question, frankly, or just think you have some information we may be aware of or need to know, then feel free to hit us up and present it to us. We'll be glad to talk about it.
Also, you can write a review at our G Plus account. The easiest way to get to our G Plus account is to go to e-webstyle.com/G
Plus.
And
G Plus.
And
G Plus.
And there's one more.
I forgot the last one.
Google.
Yeah. One more, the Google Plus. Yeah, either one, all 4 of those will take you to our G Plus page where you can leave us a review.
I'm gonna keep blowing through this first Geno time limit. We do have a referral program. Go ahead and check out our website at the bottom. There is a link to our referral program. If you're a SEOer and having our challenge with a client, send them our direction. You can still get paid. Remember, you can always get a website analysis. We do another podcast. It's an actual video podcast on iTunes, and it's the Unknown Secrets of SEO website analysis. SEO is SEVO, stands for Search Engine Visitor Optimization. What do you do with a visitor after they arrive from the search engine?
Yeah, that podcast is really focused on helping you to get conversions. This podcast really helps you get traffic and get placement, ranking, things like that. But more importantly, what happens after the click? How do you make your money? And so that's what that podcast is about.
Tip from last podcast. Just had a brain shut down and restart, thankfully. I'm always happy when our computer tip from last podcast is, on a PPC campaign, make sure to use negative keywords to get the most bang for your buck.
Definitely. If you're running an AdWords campaign or Bing campaign or whatever, if you're paying for clicks, then make sure you take advantage of using negative keywords. There are just some words you don't want to rank for.
Typically, right? FYI. I mean,
DIY, do it yourself, free. There are all kind of terms that you don't want to be shown for. And so make sure you take advantage of those, usually at the campaign level.
Yeah, good tip. Also, if you need more PT tips, go back and listen to podcast number 179. That's probably a better tip, but, we'd like to have a tip. News from today that I read today, may have been sometime this week. Apple overtakes Samsung on device sales.
Did you see that? Okay, I think I did see that.
Pretty interesting. UK BlackBerry RIM releases their newest touch BlackBerry in the UK. Why in the UK?
Because it's probably not working here.
It's the biggest BlackBerry market, turns out, in the world. So it makes sense to release it there. Hey, new product, get it out there. Android Key Lime Pie may be coming soon. I'm excited about that. It just sounds tasty. And Temple Run 2. Have you heard of this game?
Yeah, my kids play it.
Yeah, apparently a lot.
Yeah.
It's the most downloaded in the shortest amount of time game ever.
Yeah, they got me playing Fun Run. Man, and it's like
stupid addictive, right?
Yeah, it's stupid addictive to the point where we've turned it into family time. So imagine I'm on my phone, my wife's on her phone, the kids are on their tablets, and we're all playing against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's a good game. All right. We mentioned Facebook, and we have some questions that were sent to us from Facebook. I'm going to start with this. It's actually a review. By the way, I have the outline of it here because I don't have a review on iTunes that I can read, so I'm going to have to extract this, although I probably could have found this one. This is from Bob Russell. He's found us on Facebook. Just about halfway through the podcast, and I've learned so much. You guys really good flow. I am the owner-operator of a carpet cleaning business in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I don't know why I say it that way. Still optimizing my site with SEO by Yoast. Tell me how to juicy backlinks, please. How to get juicy backlinks, please, I think. Let me know what you think so far. elementsrestoration.ca was this website. That's the one I showed you. That was just, the website's beautiful.
That's that guy. Yeah, great site. Well, okay, a couple of things. Which will probably help your backlink problem.
Yeah.
Frankly, your site it did look good. We didn't do an official analysis yet. We will. But it's not clear upon landing on your site that you do carpet cleaning. I thought the site looked great. Layout was cool. It was clean. Navigation was easy to find. But there wasn't no clear identification that it was actually carpet cleaning until you began reading.
Yeah, knowing that it's carpet cleaning, the website's perfect. Other than the fact that the website doesn't jump out at you that it's a carpet cleaning website. So great job. Actually, it was very.
So he asked about get content in order to get juicy backlinks, right?
Yeah.
Hint juicy, right? You want something that has some value, some link juice with it. Create great content, something free, maybe something entertaining, something that people would want to link to. That's the white hat method to go. White hat method to go, and that's what we would do. We try to come with some content that we could share, that we could make social, that we could possibly go viral with, that people would want to link to.
Excellent. Another. This is from a longtime listener, and she interacted with us a lot. Houston. Just listened to podcast 173. Thank you for answering my question about relative author tag. I now understand that relative equals ME is for when I have my own author contributor page on a website where I posted a guest post. Mm-hmm. The relative author attribute is for when my biographical information appears on the same web page as the post itself. Also, thank you for reposting my article on Facebook. She put that really nice article. That was about videos, right? About SEOing videos.
Yeah.
And then she had a couple points. Why on the link below, and she's talking about the link that we tend to post on Facebook when we add a new podcast to iTunes, are the partners shown as Chris and a light-skinned, skinny brother named Paul, rather than Chris and Chuck?
Okay, that's maybe the question.
Yeah. That's because I haven't updated the picture. Kicking the shins to me. We'll get that fixed.
Spelled with an S.
I
was a employee. He worked here. He was doing one of our sales managers at the time, and he departed, and so.
And we just haven't updated that one. Why aren't your podcast linked on Google Plus?
My bad.
Yeah, our bad. I think mostly mine.
Yeah, he's bad.
And the longest time I had friended our old website, which is E-Webstyle.com. Not our old. It's our Facebook page. We have the old Facebook Places page, and we've kept them separate for a particular reason. And so, if you want to find our page, it's the one. I can't remember if it's the one with
Facebook.com/E-Webstyle.
That's the one you want to. That's the one a friend. I think I've got. Hi guys. This is from Ara Print. I want to start a blog on my own new domain. In terms of SEO, would I be best using Blogger as it's owned by Google? I have no web design experience. Can I buy a template site, Blogger, API, so I can easily create my own site?
So, yes, to answer your question, yeah, you could use Blogger. Yes, you could buy a template. Do I recommend it? No, I don't. I'm just a huge fan of WordPress. We are, as a company, it's our content management system of choice at this point for managing blogs and websites and even small e-commerce sites. So I would recommend WordPress. I think they do have a bigger theme gap. And so you probably, since you're not a designer, you'll probably be a theme that's suitable for what you're trying to do there.
Yep, great. Here's another one. Gadget Guys. I just posted a podcast video on iTunes iTunes.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was getting confused whether I was kicking or punching. I don't know. Just a big karate. What was that? What was the podcast? The karate chop.
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though.
Hi! Something like that. He just posted the review on iTunes. How is it you guys only have 2 reviews? You're great. Thank you very much. Many thanks from the gadgetguys.co.nz in Auckland, New Zealand.
Yeah, we only have 2 reviews in New Zealand.
Yeah, we've got I think 105 in US. By the way, if you want to see these, I don't know why you would. I do, because I like to read them and not put tear tattoos on my face. At the very bottom of iTunes, there's a little circle that has a flag in it. Click that, and you can select another country, and then you can see the actual reviews from those other countries. So, cool. That's it.
All right, I got a couple punches in the face as well. These came from Twitter. Punch up to, I cannot pronounce this. I'm going to spell it at Royal SIAM Beauty. She says, best SEO podcast ever.
Siam. Royal Siam Beauty.
Siam?
Yeah.
Okay, Royal
Siam Beauty.
Appreciate it.
They've been a listener for a while, because I know they submitted maybe for a webinar, or they've been interacting with us for a while. Cool. It's great to know that they're still listening.
And got one from at Martin Perry. This I could appreciate his. He says, your sound quality should match the level of advice you give.
Ooh, man, that's a challenge.
Man, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's a compliment on the advice, and you're right. So we're working on it.
Are we there now? So that's the question.
Yeah, I don't know which one you listen to, Martin. If you check this out, tell me which one you listen to then. This one A, and compare the two, and then hit me back and tell me what you think.
Are we there yet? If our content is outstripping our audio, if we gotta, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we gotta do something. All right, so
new mics. We can have like the boom mics and get all Janet Jackson on. I don't know.
No.
Malfunction. Sorry.
I was gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. We go to the meat, right?
We're in the meat of the podcast.
Okay, so I pulled this article here. I actually came across it earlier this week. This one was at Search Engine Land by Tom Schmitz. It's called 9 SEO Quirks You Should Be Aware of. And so I went through the article because I'm always looking for different SEO things that we could do or that we could give you guys to do. And so I thought something was pretty cool. I actually disagreed with one of them. And so we'll talk about that as well. Well, not disagreed, but anyway. So number 1, it says in subfolder and file names, use dashes, not underscores. I've been preaching this for the longest. Firstly, I just think dashes look better than underscores. But from an SEO perspective, he goes on to say many developers favor separating words and file names with underscores instead of hyphens. They're conditioned because of some programming languages reserve the hyphens for, and so the algorithm doesn't read it like that. And so use the hyphens when you're trying to separate words inside your page name URLs or for subfolders. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now this one's kind of a shot at us. Number 2, avoid dashes in domain names.
E-Webstyle.
It is what it is. Now I will say that
we actually have both domains, as you know. So if you just go to E-Webstyle.com, you can get there. We like to separate, be very, very clearly distinguish the E and the web style, because we like the name web style, and the E is for the old. It's actually old school,
really
right?
Old, yeah.
E-Webstyle. So
he says from a practical perspective, they look cheap and compromising. That may raise a caution flag when you reach out for links and citations. That's what I disagree with. I think when you reach out for links and citations and things like that, if your content's quality, if your brand is there, and you have something that people want to link to, that they enjoyed reading, then I think they pay attention to the hyphen in your domain name.
Apparently our audio is not that good today.
Yeah,
we're getting
some flack back.
Yeah. Is that better? I lowered my mic. Carry on.
Okay. Number 3, in subfolders and file names, use only lowercase letters, numbers, and hyphens. I'm gonna say this one in conjunction with number 5, which is be careful with parameters. And so you have to be careful with the characters you use in your domain name, in your URL. So if you do using parameters, for example, let's say with Google's URL builder, right, because you want to track various things like the campaign they came from or which keyword they used or which site they came from, frankly, then you add these, ampersands and question marks and things like that to the URL. And you have to be careful. Too loud?
Yeah, let me just make this adjustment. Turn both down. Okay, go.
And so you have to be careful with what you're using because what he went on to say was that depending on the content management system or that's being used or the browser that's being used, it could be interpreted the wrong way. For example, if you're using a percent sign, I think it's like percent sign 20 or something, it's really a space, right? And so if that's not being manipulated or interpreted right, then you may end up on a 404 page or something like that. So really be careful with what you're doing in your URL. So I'll keep it pushing.
Yep.
Number 6, he says use Flash or Silverlight to insert multimedia elements, not for all content. We really try to stay away from Flash when all possible, unless it's just strictly for some design deal that's nothing SEO related. What he didn't mention in here was JavaScript. I think a lot of times with jQuery and other things that are available now, you can accomplish a lot of multimedia things, HTML5 and things like that, to get that same effect that you don't necessarily need to use Flash. So I still try to stay away from Flash, and I recommend you guys do the same.
There's a lot of tools out there you don't need to use Flash more.
Number 7, pick one, either HTTP or HTTPS. And it goes without saying, unless I think in some cases it may be okay. Like if your site is pretty static and you're just blogging information, but then maybe you're hosting a shopping cart. And so once people get to that shopping cart page, then it's necessary to have them go to a secure server. Make sure the markup in the text and don't go out trying to display something to the user and something else to the search engine because you'll probably get hit with a Panda smackdown.
You'll get pooped on by Panda.
Mm-hmm. Now I like this one. This one was pretty cool. Use the vertical bar. We call it the pipe. Right. And in title tags, he says Google ignores the dashes but not the vertical bar. And so he actually recommended a test. If you create some URLs using the hyphen, using the underscore, and using the bar in between keywords and see how those pages rank over time. So we'll try that. It's something we've always done. Use the pipe to separate keywords in the title. I will say this, that title only has 70, you shouldn't have more than 70 characters there in that title. So if you're, if this is a new company and you feel it, you shouldn't have your company name there, right? Unless you're trying to brand it for some reason or another. Go with your most important keyword, bar or pipe, and maybe your service areas. And then I think that's pretty good for your title.
Yeah.
So that was it. 9 SEO quirks you should be aware of. Pretty good article. I'll repost it on Facebook so you can read it because apparently you probably couldn't hear it good.
Yeah, well, I think it's gotten better here towards the end, so we'll keep working on that. We need to get a good test.
Right, so Martin Perry, don't listen to 180, right? It's like 181.
Yeah,
next week.
We'll be better next week. Any blank stare?
I did have blank stare, but I forgot it. Blank stare at me, maybe?
Nah.
Okay. I got a punch in the face to the folks at Google Engage. They sent me a good package. Yeah, go get the Android deal. So Google Engage is a program for agencies that participate in AdWords. And so what you do is if you participate in AdWords, you sign up for Google Engage, then that allows you to get like a dedicated rep, get some assistance in managing ads, get your reviews, get your ads approved faster, and all sorts of other perks that come with it. And since we hit our numbers, we're a pretty good agency that like dealing with us, sent us a package. I got a Android stuffy thingy.
Stuffy bot.
Yeah, bot. Okay, yeah, I felt wrong calling it a bear. One of those. They even sent me a Google Snuggie, which I took home. Funny thing about that was every time I see the commercial for Snuggies, I laugh because I thought it was the most ridiculous thing in the world. But as soon as I got one, I couldn't wait to use it. So we are punch in the face to Google Engage. Appreciate the gifts, live and everything.
That's very cool. All right. Well, you have completed listening to podcast number 180. The audio improved in the middle of this podcast. Sorry about that. We really appreciate you guys. We are the most popular internet marketing podcast on iTunes because of you. You
right there, who probably
in between the
mm-hmm.
in between the bot. Thank you very much. Until the next podcast, my name is Chris Burris.
Charles Lewis.
Bye bye for now.